Here is my honest and real experience of my first month selling on Etsy, but we are going to take it backwards because my store makes consistent 4-figure months now, but it didn't happen overnight. Hey guys, I'm Lauren Keys, and on this channel, we will be talking all things entrepreneurship, personal development, and making money online, doing what you love. So how much money did I make on my first month selling on Etsy? $0, like literally no sales. In fact, it took 4 whole months for me to have my first sale. So I want to go more into the journey to my first sale. So I actually had to play an experiment with a few different niches until I found one that I was passionate about and that I just really enjoyed. So my very first attempt at an Etsy store was actually in 2019. I opened up a store trying to sell, I think it was manifestation planners. And anyway, that didn't go too well. And so I sort of scrapped that idea, and then I ended up falling pregnant. 2021, I gave Etsy another go. This was when my daughter was about 3 months old. I had a little bit more extra time on my hands there. And so, yeah, I went researching and I was like, oh, I'm gonna, start an art printables store. So I set up another store trying to sell printable wall art, and the same thing happened. No one was buying my stuff. I put a lot of time and effort into, creating my listings, my photos, and not much was happening. But I didn't give up. I still kept going. So then after I tried that, I went and did a little bit more research, and I came across people selling Instagram posts. Now, I found that really interesting because making social media posts is just super easy for me. And when I saw that people don't know how to make their own Instagram posts, something lit up within me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could do this. This could be really easy. This would be fun. Let's give this a go. So I started creating Instagram posts, and then there you have it. 4 months into trying all these different things, I had my first Etsy sale. I had my first $20 month. So I sold 2 items and I was jumping with joy. It was like, oh my gosh, that was so easy. That was so fun. And at the time, I actually had no idea that people were selling editable Instagram posts, like editable social media templates. The way I found out was I had someone message me and say, hey, they had just bought my Instagram post, and they said, hey, could you turn this into an editable version on Canva for me to change the colors? And I was like, light bulb, oh, okay, sure. So I had to research how to do this. And then I realized, oh my gosh, there is a market for this, editable templates. So now my store sells purely just all editable social media templates. I do sell some other marketing materials there as well. So my shop has expanded. So it's expanded from, starting off selling those boss lady mindset Instagram posts. The store has expanded into various business and marketing material stuff, and I'm just really amazed at the power of Etsy and how you can create a profitable full-time income, or even just a little side hustle there. The opportunity is definitely there. You just have to do your research and you have to find something that you are passionate about. So yeah, 4 months in until I had my first Etsy sale. So that was my first $20 month. And then it sort of just kept stacking up on each other because obviously I kept creating more products. So I had, after that $20 month, the next month I made $100. The month after that, $300. Then it just kept going up, 600, 800, 1,000, 2,000, 2.5. You get the story, you get the picture, right? So it's just been this journey of just playing and experimenting and seeing what works, what doesn't work, I literally create things, I put them out there. I'm not attached to whether they're going to sell or not. I just put it out there, and if people buy it, great. And if not, cool, I'll just try something new. So I do believe that it's important to not be attached to outcomes. And when you are first starting your Etsy store and there's no traction and there seems to be nothing really happening, You have to stay persistent, you have to keep creating, you have to keep showing up for your store, because the way it works too is the more active you are in your store, it seems like Etsy really shows your listings to more people. I have noticed that when I'm very, very consistent throughout the month in creating listings, I notice like I make more money. Obviously my Etsy store is not my full-time income. It is one of my sources of income. I actually do numerous things online. I'm a mindset coach, a business mentor. I have a lot of things going on for me, but I know if I put more time into my Etsy store, I could definitely scale it and I could definitely make more money. But hey, I'm not complaining. Consistent 4-figure months, with not really doing much is incredible for me, that type of passive income. So that's my journey of how I got to consistent 4-figure months. It was not overnight. And that first month there where I did make money, it was literally $20. And I was super grateful because I was literally just playing around with the platform and seeing, what was going to work or whatnot. So this all leads me into the most important thing that I learned about my Etsy shop. And, in particular for those beginners, for you guys, is that it's really important that you keep showing up for your shop. You keep creating, you keep taking the action, because it is going to compound and add up over time. Yep, the first few months might be tough and you might not make sales in the first few months, but that is okay. You have to keep going, you have to keep showing up, because eventually it's all going to compound. And like I said, all the stuff that I now sell in my store, I made literally a year ago, and I still make money off it now. So the more time and effort you can put into your store, it will pay off over time. But you've got to do your research. You've got to find something that you're passionate about. The problem I see in the whole online space is people jumping into just making money online for the sake of making money online. Their heart is not into it, and they're driven purely by dollars. This is very unhealthy. It's not satisfying. It's not going to fulfill your spirit. It's not going to fulfill your soul. So I really want to get the message across that you have to love what you're doing. You have to be passionate about it. Your heart has to be in it, because number one, it's going to help you. It's going to be your driving force when times do get challenging. But number two, your creativity and your inspiration literally opens up more when you are doing things from your heart. You are able to tap into your intuition so much more easier, and that creative flow comes through and the ideas just appear left, right, and center when you are living from the heart, when you're connected from that space, and it's not purely like what's the word for it? It's like you just push and hustle and you just want to make as much money as you can. We all want to make money, right? Of course we do. But you want to make sure that you are, first of all, living in integrity with yourself, that your driving force should not be purely just to make money. That's what I mean. So now I want to share some tips for beginner Etsy sellers. So I think I touched on this prior, but taking action. You need to be creating listings, products. You need to be experimenting, seeing what works, what doesn't work. Let's say you create something, you put it out there, no one buys it. Okay, cool. Don't take it personally. Don't make it mean anything. Go and create something else and keep playing around and experimenting that way. If you keep doing that, I guarantee you will come across something that clicks and you'll be like, oh, this is my thing. So you have to keep trying, and it's just a big game. Like you literally just play around. Okay, I'll do this. I'll try that. Yep, people responded. No, people didn't respond. Okay, cool. Keep going, okay? Number two, and this is really, really important, is stop watching all those overhyped videos on how these creators had, their first month was $5,000, $10,000 a month in their store, how they're making 6 figures a month or whatnot. The reality is it most likely will take a few months. It doesn't have to take a few months, but you're not going to have these massive, massive months straight away. They do come, they will eventually come, but when you're first starting out, don't allow in that stuff into your mind that's going to dull your spark, your inspiration, your creativity. Now, I understand people make those kind of videos to inspire you of what's impossible. Absolutely, because it is possible. But when you're first starting out in your entrepreneurial journey, not just Etsy, but entrepreneurial journey in general, you want to be mindful of what you're consuming and what you're allowing into your mind, because that's going to influence you. If you're watching all these videos and you're getting really triggered, and then you feel like you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're not making enough sales because it's not compared to what these people are doing, I highly recommend to just give yourself a break from consuming all that sort of stuff, because it does play on your mind. The reason why I say this is because, a lot of what I'm going to be talking about on this channel is definitely that self-growth, personal development stuff, because I'm a mindset coach. My background is in mindset coaching, business mentoring for entrepreneurs. So that's why I just had to throw that in there. As much as it's very inspirational, in the beginning stages of your journey, you need to protect yourself, and you need to just stay in your lane, and you need to be grateful for that one sale that you had, that, maybe made $10, maybe made $20. You need to stay in your own lane, and you need to be grateful for whatever you're making. Okay. Which leads me into number three is you need to be creating more than you consume. Okay. I know how easy it is to get caught up on social media and watching YouTube video after YouTube video, because there's so much great information out there, right? But eventually you'll get to a point where you know the basics of how to start a business. You know the basics of how to start your Etsy store and create your first listing. So you need to go and take action and create something. If you are consuming more content, you're not doing yourself any favors. Your shop's not going to grow. You're not going to create the results that you want, okay? If you want any sort of success in life, in business, in your Etsy store, you're going to have to become a leader. You're going to have to lead yourself and stop being a follower and consuming so much content, okay? Guys, I'm curious. I'd love to know where you're at in your Etsy journey. Have you had your first sale yet? Let me know in the comments. I look forward to connecting with you guys. As you can see, this is a brand new YouTube channel for me, and I'm really excited to share more on my Etsy journey. But not only that, but things on personal development, entrepreneurship, how to monetize your passions. I'm really into all this stuff. My Etsy store is not my main source of income. Like I said, I'm a coach. I do all sorts of things online. I've had various types of businesses in the past. So I want to come on here and I just really want to share my journey with you, share my YouTube growth journey with you as well. And I'd love it if you just support me with my very first video and give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want more of this.